Good afternoon, everybody. It's wonderful to see you here at the Center for International Affairs 2022 International Achievement Luncheon. Okay, is that better? Okay, can people hear? Good. My name is David Fleischler. I'm the Vice Provost for International Affairs, and I'm sure you all know this is the first time since 2019 that we've been together in person. And isn't it great to be here together? For the last 2 years, when we haven't been able to be in person, we've had an awards video that was produced, directed, edited, and starred in by our colleague, Alec Junkibitis. He was the on-screen talent. He did everything for this. If you haven't seen Alec's work, I'd encourage you to go to the Center's website and look for our archived videos. Alec, thank you for keeping these award ceremony alive for these past 2 years. This is Alec right over here. I would also be remiss if I didn't introduce my colleagues from the Center for International Affairs that really do all the work to make this happen. I would ask all of the colleagues from the Center to raise your hands, please. I'd also like to acknowledge the atrocity that is currently underway in Ukraine. The Center's mission is, and continues to be, to support Ukrainian students and scholars and all those affected by the war. I quote President Kaler, who's here today and who obviously can quote himself, but I quote from his email to the university community: "Our hearts are with the people of Ukraine and those around the world whose lives have been impacted by this war. May democracy and peace prevail." This is a sentiment which I believe we all share. Thank you for those words, President Kaler. This luncheon is also one event among many that celebrates the 10th anniversary of the Center for International Affairs. These include a reception for staff and faculty that we held on Monday earlier this week, the celebration of the Festival of Holi. How many, particularly students, were there for Holi? Anybody here? It was there's one, Elise, thank you. It was the coldest day that I can remember. I hope we weren't in shirt sleeves, as I saw some people. We're also having a special meeting of our International Affairs Visiting Committee later this spring, and many other events. So we're honored that you are here today to celebrate our 10th anniversary with us. In addition to celebrating the 10th anniversary, We're so glad you could join to celebrate the accomplishments of our students, of our faculty, of our campus organizations, and all those who are helping to internationalize our university. The Center is committed to fostering a culture of global understanding and responsibility at Case Western Reserve. We do this by welcoming international students to our campus and helping them to succeed both inside and outside the classroom. We also accomplish this by providing opportunities for our students to have, and I love the word because I think it's true, transformative experiences, both academically and personally, by studying, researching, living, and working abroad. And finally, we help create connections in research, in education, and personally that are academically important and personally meaningful to our students and our faculty and our staff across the campus and throughout the world. I'd like to add that in today's global economy, it's critical for our students to explore other perspectives and ways of thinking, to succeed by pursuing educational research and real-world experiences that ultimately help them gain an understanding and appreciation of other cultures. We're proud to recognize various members of our campus community. They really demonstrate what it means to be a global citizen. Our honorees today also demonstrate that internationalization is a core personal value of members of the university community and a core value, institutional value, of Case Western Reserve itself. No university can be great without being fully integrated in the world. Now, I'd like to introduce Professor Janet Mcgrath. Janet is the chair of the Department of Anthropology and was the co-chair of the International Planning Committee that produced the university's first international strategic plan more than 10 years ago. The Center for International Affairs is also a product of Janet's committee. Janet is one of our most distinguished faculty members. I've seen her international work firsthand in Uganda. She is a real leader, a real internationalization leader on campus and with colleagues throughout the world. In honor of the Center's 10th anniversary, we asked Janet to spend a few minutes talking about internationalization and the creation of the Center. Janet.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me with this mic? Well enough? I can put my teacher voice on. Good afternoon, and thank you for being here, and thank you, David, for inviting me to this special occasion. So I was asked to talk about the creation of the center and why internationalization is important at this university. To do that, though, I first have to talk about the people that have made the center what it is. So I first met David Fletcher when he contacted me and asked to come to meet with me in my office. Now, that doesn't seem too significant to many of you, but trust me, if a member of the central administration asks to come to your office, that is usually not a good thing. But since I was pretty sure he neither had the power nor the interest in firing me, I agreed. So he came to my office. But kidding aside, what that tells you is something about the kind of leader that David is. He consults widely and inclusively. He listens and he hears, and those are different. He listens and he hears. And this is reflected in his approach to internationalization, as you can see here today. Despite not being part of the academy before coming here, David always puts the students and faculty first in thinking about internationalization here at Case Western Reserve University. So we're very fortunate to have him. At that meeting, David asked me if I would co-chair the new Internationalization Planning Committee with Dr. James Kazura from our School of Medicine. Those of you who do not know Jim, he is an internationally renowned expert on tropical diseases, and he ran the Center for Global Health and Disease at the School of Medicine for many years. I also personally believe that the phrase "a gentleman and a scholar" was coined in reference to Jim. So, of course, I agree to be on the committee. But the last person I need to acknowledge who has really been key to the center's success is Molly Watkins. So those of you who know Molly know that, like David, she leads by listening. She consults, even with those who openly, and sometimes I might add rudely, disagree with her. And although I do suspect that she sometimes maybe raises her voice at home, on campus she leads by her example. She pays careful attention to what is at hand and how to move the university forward. And she's a problem solver. And her dedication and mastery to the craft of internationalization is really unparalleled. And we're lucky to have her as well. Now, I always contend that universities by their nature are global and international because ideas and innovation are not bounded. But the charge of the Internationalization Committee was to propose a structure and a mission and a plan to internationalize our university in a mindful and intentional way so that we could move forward and get to the next level if we wanted to achieve as an institution. So I also like to say that strategic planning is a bit of a cottage industry in the case of Western Reserve University. Some of those plans are more vision than plan, but David's plan follows from the type of leader he is, and that was an inclusive plan that engaged hundreds of faculty, staff, students, alumni, members of the community in the process of defining what internationalization is and what it could be and what we want it to be. And the last part is really important because the plan that came out of this is a plan that allows us to make adaptations. And we have had to make a lot of adaptations over the last few years, as you are all very aware. Now, it's also fair to say that not all of those weeks were fun. Faculty sometimes quibbled over who was more international than someone else. But David and his team very patiently navigated that and went into the lion's den to talk to people across campus and listen to their concerns and think about them and address them. So in the end, the first strategic plan for internationalization came out, and a major recommendation of that plan was the creation of the Center for International Affairs. And the idea was that this would be a hub for international activity on campus. This included creating a one-stop shop to bring study abroad and international students together into one place, whereas before it had been dispersed. And as an opportunity then to really show not only our commitment to that, but also to make it an easier process to navigate. So since the center opened in 2011, it has become the hub that we envisioned that it would be. The value of bringing those services is evident. I think many people in the room, particularly the students, have benefited from that. Since it opened, we have doubled the number of international students on campus, and we have increased the number of undergraduates who study abroad by 50%. So we are making a lot of progress in achieving what we sought out to do. And as we open our campus to more and more international students, they are welcomed by our outstanding staff at the center. As we open the world to our students and send them out, they are helped by the outstanding staff to find the right fit for them. So the last thing we have to think about is why. Why are we doing this? Why is it important? And I think David has already mentioned some of that, and I think everyone here gets that. But I think it's important for us to remember that as we stand here today and we look at the world we live in, we have to offer our students knowledge about the science of global warming, about the historical and social roots of injustice and war. But we also have to offer them joy about the different cultures around the world and promise, like promise from the research on vaccines and treatments for disease. And these are all things that our university does and has to offer. So universities, in my opinion, remain places where we can study and learn and reflect. But to be in this world, we have to know this world, and not just our corner of it, but the whole world. So I want to thank the Center for International Affairs for keeping the world at our feet and in our minds, and wish you a happy anniversary.
Janet, thank you for those very kind words. I would now like to introduce our president, Eric Kaler. While his list of accomplishments is long, I'll be short because we really want to listen to him. President Kaler became the 11th president of Case Western Reserve University less than a year ago. He is an accomplished chemical engineer. So for all the engineers in the room, and I see a few, he is a colleague and a visionary university leader. Most recently, President Kaler led the University of Minnesota, where, and I'm going to give you 3 data points, he improved graduation rates from 54% to 71%. He increased the number of underrepresented students on campus by 46%, and he raised $4 billion in the University of Minnesota's first capital campaign in decades. Not a bad record, President Kaler, and something that we look forward to at Case Western Reserve. In addition, I know from my personal conversations with him that President Kaler is a champion of internationalization. He not only recognizes but understands in his gut that we cannot be a great university without reaching out to the world. Thank you for being here. It means a great deal to all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, President Maggio.
Thank you, David, for those very kind remarks. And Jane, I thank you for your perspective and your view of the history of this wonderful, wonderful achievement of a 10-year anniversary. It's just terrific. Before I start, I really do want to congratulate all of our award winners today, and especially our student winners. Thank you to the Center's faculty and staff for a decade of engagement, support, and advocacy for internationalization. Our students' experiences and the view and reputation of the university as a whole is made better by your efforts, and I'm grateful for them. Let me also take a moment to amplify David's comments about our support for the people of Ukraine and for those around the world, some here at this university, whose lives have been impacted by this terrible war. To be absolutely clear, Case Western Reserve University stands in solidarity with all of those who oppose and condemn the acts of Russian aggression and violence against Ukraine. And we hope that peace, compassion, and humanity will prevail there and in all areas around the world experiencing conflict. In fact, programs like the ones we are celebrating today are critical to building understanding and to developing the next generation of leaders who we hope will value collaboration and appreciation above diversity and hostility. As you know, global citizenship is a part of Case Western Reserve University's mission and its vision. And when we think of Case Western Reserve as part of a larger global classroom, the opportunities to learn from and to connect with one another across boundaries in a meaningful way are limitless. Today, the university is home to more than 2,000 international students from 92 different countries. I am an engineer and I cannot give comments without at least a few numbers in them. So that's a few numbers for today. 2,000 international students. And in fact, since the beginning of this center 10 years ago, we have doubled our enrollment of international students and expanded our immigration support. We've also worked deliberately to provide our international students with a supportive home away from their home. And also, in the past 10 years, we've increased the percentage of undergraduate students by 50%, by half again. So that today, a full 1/3 of our undergraduate students experience or participate in a study abroad program during their time here. To be clear, our international students and our students' international learning experience undoubtedly make us a more diverse and a more inclusive campus community. So let me end by again thanking our dedicated faculty and staff for their time and resources they use to support our international and study abroad students. And thank you especially to our students for the impact you've had on making the university a better place. Once again, congratulations to our award winners and happy anniversary to the Center for International Affairs. Thanks.
Thank you for those words, President Kaler. I think we all very much appreciate them. I would now like to introduce Molly Watkins, the Assistant Provost for International Affairs. She has been an integral partner and leader, as Janet indicated, in building the center for these past 10 years. Molly will recognize a number of our students who have done so much to become global citizens during this past year and during their time at Case Western Reserve. Molly?
I'm a little bit shorter than everybody else, so I gotta adjust a bit. Thank you all for coming today. We're really excited that you're here. We're excited to be back in person and happy that we can acknowledge so many of our students, study abroad students, international students, because many of us, you're why we are here. We're here to support you, and we're really excited to acknowledge you. So I'm going to start with some of the acknowledgments, beginning with our graduating seniors. It is always bittersweet when we have graduating seniors. We would like to congratulate all of the international students and the students who have studied abroad who are graduating. So if you are here, an international student or a student who has studied abroad, please stand up so that we can recognize you. Thank you all for enhancing Case Western Reserve University by contributing your global perspective to our campus community. We really value your presence here. We have another program called the Global Citizenship Program. It's an opportunity for students to enhance their ability to effectively communicate across cultures and develop a greater understanding of and appreciation for different perspectives and experiences than their own. These skills benefit students academically, personally, and professionally, and prepare them for career success. So if we have any Global Citizenship Program participants here, please stand and be recognized as well. This is a new program, first semester. Any global participants? We got a couple. Another special group of students that we have are our study abroad ambassadors. Study abroad ambassadors are students who have returned from a study abroad experience. They consistently volunteer their time to promote study abroad at Case Western Reserve as a valuable learning experience educationally, professionally, and personally. They speak at different events throughout the year about the growth and learning they experience from their study abroad to audiences of their peers, prospective Case students, parents, alumni, and more. Without their stories, international education at Case Western Reserve would not be as rich. So study abroad ambassadors, please stand and be recognized. Another group are our study abroad scholarship recipients. So these recipients are chosen based on merit and their overall application portfolio from a competitive pool of applicants. Once they return to Case Western Reserve, they give back by becoming study abroad ambassadors and adding to the tapestry of study abroad stories that helps make study abroad more accessible at Case Western Reserve. So we have some here today, but some are also abroad right now, so we won't have all of them. But if you are a study abroad scholarship recipient, please stand. Also, none are here today. They might all be abroad right now, which is where we want them to be, right? We want them to go abroad. A new initiative this year is our International Student Advisory Council. This year, International Student Services began this initiative as a way to connect more directly with our international students. Council members are dedicated, thoughtful, and resourceful. They take time out of their busy schedules to work on projects and provide valuable insights to our office. In just the first year, they have built inroads with all 3 student governments, held weekly office hours, raised awareness of where international students need to be included, and given us a first-hand account of the student experience here at Case Western Reserve. Some of the members of our inaugural International Student Advisory Council are here today. So if you are here today, please stand. they're slowly standing up. And the last group I want to recognize, I know none of them are here, but we have a group of student workers who work in our office that are wonderful. They help us serve our international student population, and many of them have studied abroad as well, and they share their study abroad experiences with those who are interested in learning. I know they're not here, but we do thank all of our student workers for everything that they do for internationalization as well. So now my part was pretty short. We would like to recognize all of the Case Western Reserve students who captured their study abroad experience in a captivating photo. And this is not in the script, so I'm going off script, I'm sorry. But one of my favorite things is 10 years ago when we started, our first study abroad photo contest is that picture is on the wall in Tomlinson Hall. And if you go to Tomlinson Hall now, you will see cascading up the wall all of the study abroad photo contest winners. There are 10 on the wall right now. This is actually number 11, I believe. And it's really a visual representation of our office, but also our students. And it's one of the things that, to me, is really cool about walking in Tomlinson Hall. So I'm going to go back on script now and invite our Director of Education Abroad, Autumn Meachler-Stevie, who will be announcing the awards for our study abroad photo contest.
Hello, everybody. Very excited for this part. So, the first category of our study abroad photo contest is scenery. In this one, the winner is Andrew Daenerys. This photo was taken in an abandoned building that Andrew found in France, with the background of the Pyrenees Mountains. He visited France on a semester break while studying applied mathematics and economics at University College Dublin in Ireland. Congratulations, Andrew. Our second category captures the essence of study abroad. It's called The World is Your Classroom. The winner for The World is Your Classroom is Haneen Abdelnabi. When Haneen, her fellow CWRU study abroad students, and their faculty program leaders were walking in the streets of Cordoba, Spain, they spotted a street artist writing names in Arabic. Professor Islam Bouli gifted all the students their names in Arabic, which you can see them holding, while teaching on the history of the language in Spain. Congratulations, Haneen. The next category recognizes the best cultural experience. The winner is Hannah Allen. This is a photo of Hannah in front of the Gyeongbokgung Palace in Seoul, South Korea. Hannah is an English and sociology double major, and she studied abroad twice. She spent spring semester 2020 at Universidad Carlos III de Madrid, and she spent fall semester 2021 at Sogang University in Seoul. Congratulations, Hannah. The fourth category, Spartans Abroad, showcases Case Western Reserve spirit around the world. The winner is David Silva. David is looking at the Marina Bay Sands, one of the most iconic buildings in Singapore, wearing his Case Western Reserve University hat. He is currently studying psychology and cognitive science abroad at the National University of Singapore as we speak. Congratulations, David. Finally, I'm very excited to announce our overall winner for this year. The winner is Jamie Booker. This photo, which I will unveil in just a moment, was taken in front of a colorful display during Lunar New Year celebrations in Singapore. That was fun. Jamie is also currently studying abroad at the National University of Singapore. He's studying computer science. He's also recorded a short video, which we will watch now. Congratulations, Jamie.
Hi, my name is Jamie, and I'm a fourth-year student at CASE. Right now, I'm studying abroad in Singapore. I just want to say thank you so much for choosing my photo as the overall winner of the photo contest, and thank you to everyone at the Office of Education Abroad for all that you guys do. And a special shout out to Cami for kind of holding my hand throughout the entire process of getting me to Singapore, because it was a very long process. I mean, my program was canceled in the fall. I got COVID like a few days before I was supposed to leave to Singapore, and she made sure that I was on top of everything and that I got here on time for the semester. And of course, happy 10-year anniversary to the Center for International Affairs. It's a pretty big milestone, and here's to another great 10 years. And I can't wait to see you guys once I'm back on the Casework Student Campus in the fall. So, bye-bye.
As Molly mentioned beforehand, since he's the overall winner for this year, his photo is going to be displayed in our Tomlinson Hall photo gallery that goes up the stairs. So, to conclude, to all of our photo contest winners, congratulations. They will be sent an email to pick up their prizes in Tomlinson Hall once they're available. And now I'd like to introduce Marielena Maggio, our Director of International Student Services.
Speak loudly, yeah, and I just didn't want to project without knowing that everything was just, I have that ability, I can put my mom voice on my team, that one was way exciting. So it's my pleasure to announce the Global Citizen Award for this year. The Global Citizen Awards honor outstanding students, student organizations, and campus partners that enhance the international student experience and the sense of community at CWRU. So I will be announcing the student winners. I'm going to invite David to come up here and hand out the awards. So we know we've had some last minute conflicts. Students are so busy. If you're here, we would love for you to come up and receive your award and have your picture taken when we call your name. So the first award is for Spirit of Service. Spirit of Service honors a student who has served the campus community with vigor, devotion, and an unshakable positive attitude. This student has an inspirational and infectious optimism, nurtures an appreciation of diversity, and creates an awareness of our responsibilities as global citizens through extraordinary service to the university. This year's recipient has served her community in a variety of ways. She's actively involved in the administrative aspects of the #MeTooCWRU organization as a point of contact, event planner, and collaborator. She also serves as an advocate for the movement and as a supporter of survivors. She works hard to educate others in the hopes of preventing future survivors, and she creates safe spaces for survivors and allies. This student also volunteers at Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital, visiting patients with her therapy fish. Yes, you heard correctly, her therapy fish named Nemo, and Nemo has been trained to do a variety of tricks. So her nominator wrote that this student's work puts a smile on children's faces and allows them to take a step outside of the hospital realm into a more serene, peaceful, but exciting arena. And finally, this student works also with student activities and leadership, and she's cultivating a program that allows students to become better leaders, recognizing their strengths, the strengths of their peers, and assisting in planning and managing those events. So as recognition of the many lives she's impacted positively through student organizations, volunteer work, and campus-wide initiatives, this year's Spirit of Service Award is given to Taylor Ernst. Congratulations, Taylor. The Unsung Champion is presented to a student who has been involved on campus, but has not necessarily held a formal leadership position. Unsung Champions take on tasks they see needing to be done, and without being asked, they just do it. They serve fellow students in positive ways and make impact that way. So this year's Unsung Champion used her time and resources to serve her community in meaningful, tangible ways. In August, she helped pick students up from the airport and bring them to campus. Not only that, but she housed them temporarily and provided this safe, soft landing into Cleveland while they were adjusting and decompressing from long periods of travel. She also worked with student organizations and TROM to provide an orientation session for newly arrived graduate students, all on her own time. She also served her community to hold meaningful events like Diwali and one more time, Mar, Navaratri. I'm sure I did not pronounce that right. I am so sorry. I tried. This is not one of the languages that I am fluent in. Bottom line is she found really meaningful ways to celebrate culture during the second year of a pandemic. That's no small task. Our awardees nominator described her work like this. This student definitely serves as an emergency contact to many incoming students, advising and supporting them during times of need. Her positive attitude and timely help always shines through. For all she has done behind the scenes to serve her community in so many meaningful ways, we recognize Swari Adab as the 2022 Unsung Champion. The Outstanding Student Organization Award goes to a university-recognized group that has gone above and beyond to focus on their own membership to create a positive campus environment. This year's honoree has found a variety of ways to improve the university experience for graduate students throughout their college. This student organization has prioritized advocacy, supporting initiatives requesting for child care stipends for graduate students with children, representing their college in meetings with administration, and considering the specific needs of international students. For example, when international students were unable to return to the campus due to the pandemic, this organization advocated for meetings with advocated for meetings so that their financial needs and academic needs could be met while they were still abroad. Our honoree also took action during 2021. Despite the pandemic restrictions, this group organized the Professional Development Week in March and invited a variety of speakers to help students build skills and confidence as they faced a post-COVID job market. They also collaborated with University Health and Counseling Services to meet students' mental health needs. Finally, this outstanding organization also built bridges. They work directly with the dean of their college to organize a Dean's Forum where students can speak directly with leadership about their concerns. For their excellent work building bridges, strengthening skills, and advocating for the various needs of the students in their college, we recognize the Graduate Council of Arts and Sciences.
In 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
The Laurie D. Zellman International Undergraduate Student Award is presented to a student who helps create an inclusive community, encourages understanding among people of different cultures, is involved in positive work on campus, and helps others achieve their potential. This year's recipient came to CWRU in fall 2020, and he has already made a positive impact on campus community. Having experienced the transition to university during the pandemic, this student chose to serve as an orientation leader immediately in 2021 and to use his experiences to help make other students' transitions easier. He provided resources and support to incoming students and was intentional, really intentional about building connections with them. He has actually participated in Cecil Scholars, undergraduate research scholars, and other student organizations in including the Taiwanese American Student Association. Additionally, this student serves as a research assistant studying cancer treatments, and he has used his experience doing on-campus work to help other students navigate that process. Finally, this student reaches beyond the international student community to raise awareness among his peers of the particular challenges that international students face and how to support them. As his nominator wrote, this person is an exemplary leader who is not only compassionate and sensitive with appreciation for people of all cultures and walks of life, but also continuously strives to educate and support other international students and underrepresented students to pursue their dreams and push through barriers that may hinder their advance. Congratulations to the 2022 recipient of the Zelman Award, Austin Chung. With the Elise, Lindsay International Graduate Student Award, we honor a student who has exemplified talent, perseverance, courage, and a desire to make the world a better place through inclusion, research, teaching, care for others, and betterment of the university community. This year's Lindsay honoree is described as a compassionate, dedicated, and inspiring leader. Along with our unsung champion, the Lindsay student also served as a strong executive, picked up students from the airport, organized temporary accommodations, and provided students with resources. She went above and beyond this as well by helping students understand lease agreements, bank accounts, navigating the area, employment information, you name it, she did it. She is a reliable resource for all new students and gives her time and shares her experiences freely. This student also reaches beyond her own small community to serve the campus. She served as a graduate mentor in WISH, the Women in Science and Humanities and Doctorates, assisting 2 undergraduates in their research through the organization. She participates in dialogues on women in STEM, does outreach to Cleveland area middle schoolers, and has even conducted workshops with the Girl Scouts. For her work serving students individually, CWRU campus, and the Cleveland community, we are proud to award Priyanka Suresh the Elise Lindsay Graduate Student Award. Now, Priyanka's not here, we know that. She's actually off working on her dissertation at the moment away from Cleveland. I hope she's viewing online as we live stream, and we look forward to celebrating with her when she's able to get back to campus and come to the office. But in the meantime, she, like Jamie, also sent in a video for us.
Hi everyone, I am Priyanka Suresh. I would like to thank the Center for International Affairs for presenting me with the Elise Lindsay International Graduate Student Award. It is a great honor to receive this award this year. Unfortunately, I am unable to receive this in person. It has been a great joy being a part of the international student community here at CASE, and it's been an immense pleasure being able to serve this community in a small way. I wish the Center for International Affairs a very happy 10th anniversary. Once again, I thank the Center for presenting me with this Global Citizen Award, and thank you very much.
So there are 2 other Global Citizen Awards to hand out. Pardon me. I'm going to turn this back over to David and invite Molly up to help with that. And congratulations to our student organizations and our students.
When I hear of all the accomplishments of our students, it is really remarkable. Congratulations again, and one more round of applause for all of them. The next award is the Outstanding Campus Partner in Collaboration. Our honoree is a campus organization that not only supports internationalization through public-facing efforts, but has also undertaken a great deal of internationalization work in the background, much of which is now just coming to fruition in 2022. Our outstanding partner has promoted DEI&I, diversity, equity, inclusion, and internationalization, which is not always something that organizations do. In their speaker series, on-campus programming, and strategic planning. They have provided DACA and immigration rights information on campus, involved International Center staff on their advisory teams, and partnered with us in many projects. Throughout 2021, this office, you probably can guess what the office is, but this office has also partnered with the Center for International Affairs to lead the Higher Learning Commission Quality Initiative. Staff from both offices work together to propose the DEII-related programming as part of the HLC QI building cross-campus relationships and laying the groundwork for future efforts in work between our offices. True internationalization often requires systemic change and hard work, which goes unseen. This year's outstanding campus partner in collaboration understands that and rises to the challenge, I think because it's in the DNA of what they do. For their time, work, and dedication to internationalization at Case Western Reserve, we honor the Office of Inclusion, Diversity, and Equal Opportunity, OIDIO, as our 2022 Outstanding Campus Partner. I'd like to invite all the staff members, all of the people from OIDIO up to receive this award. And perhaps President Kaler, you can come up and take a picture with them. This final award is one that I personally am very, very happy to be able to announce. It's the honoree in the International Leader category. And our honoree has been instrumental in creating spaces for student success during the pandemic and supporting Case Western Reserve University's internationalization efforts. As many of you will remember, many international students departed the United States in early 2020. They were unable to come back to campus in the fall of 2020 because of the pandemic. This faculty member joined the Center for International Affairs intensively and expertly, negotiating with our partners in China to create and establish a program called CWRU at XJTU, which was a partnership between Case Western Reserve University and Jiaotong University in Jian, China. Throughout the fall of 2020 and spring of 2021, over 200 Case Western Reserve University students took advantage of the opportunity to live in community in China, taking Case Western Reserve campuses from afar on the internet, supporting each other and building each other up, even though they could not be in Cleveland. In fact, I would argue that during that period of time, those were the only students who had a normal college experience, even the students here in Cleveland were learning online. Our honoree worked with Jiaotong University officials, fielded parents' questions, and was available to all the CWRU and XJTU students. And I can tell you, because I saw it, his quick thinking and tireless efforts were keys to success for the program. And I also know that he even took calls and Zooms during vacation while all of this was going on. Without this person's forethought and translation, without his understanding of China and Chinese, without his intercultural communication skills, and without his extraordinary efforts, our international students would not have had the opportunity that very few other students from other universities around the world are able to have. In addition to all of this remarkable work, he is a member of our International Affairs Advisory Council and a consistent supporter of internationalization at Case Western Reserve. Congratulations to the 2022 International Leader Honoree, the Katie Staley Professor of Engineering and Chair of the Department of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering, Professor Robert Gao.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
So this is the end of our program. I'd like once again to say congratulations to all of our honorees. We're so grateful for your contributions to internationalization and to Case Western Reserve. Congratulations to our graduating seniors. And finally, to each of you, thank you for all you do for internationalization, for education globally on our campus. It's because of you that we're all able to do this work. Thank you and have a good afternoon.